Hey guys, I didn't really know what to talk about in this video because I didn't haven't seen any new movies recently, and I don't know. It's difficult to come up with subjects, like topics for these videos. But now that I was checking my lists and I realized I had never done a video about writing in English. I think I did one in Spanish, but I did it like a long time ago, so why not do it again now in English, and maybe more people will see it or maybe less people will see it. I don't know, but yeah, it's something that I do not every day. I used to do it every day. I'm going to talk about like my experience with writing and what I can pass on to other people. Not to say that I'm like the best writer ever or something like that. I would never say that. For example, I have a problem actually saying I'm a writer because I don't know if I'm actually. I mean, the fact that you write doesn't make you a writer, in my opinion. As the fact that you do something artistic doesn't really make you an artist, in my opinion. So I don't really know if I'm a writer, if I will ever be a writer. But it's one of those things you just do, and you just do them because whatever. So yeah, the reason I began actually writing a lot, well, kind of two reasons. I did a master. I received, sorry, a master's degree in screenplay for TV and cinema, and I did that, and I came here, and like now, I didn't get a job. It was really tough to. I mean, it is really tough to get a job in Colombia. I don't know how people do it, and I don't know. I think it's marvelous how people talk about other countries, and they say, I think I want to be an architect now," and they just do it, and that's it. I just don't have that possibility here because here it's impossible to be something that's worth something. I mean, if you want to work in a call center, that's obviously everyone can do it. Aside from that, it's impossible to get a job in something decent. So yeah, it's quite hard. So I was looking for that, and I had like awful depression. I hit rock bottom basically. I mean, it was really really awful. I did things. I mean, it was really bad to say the least. And I just started saying, okay, I have to channel this that I have inside in some way because if I don't, I'm going to, become insane. I mean, I'm going to go crazy. So I started writing, and I started writing every day, and that's how my blog started. I'm going to link it down below if you haven't seen it. I think it's in my homepage of the channel, but I will put it down below for you to check it out. And then it was one of those things that just works because the first thing I thought was, okay, writing is my thing. And why is writing my thing? I realize now is that it's because it comes really easy to me. I mean, many people are like, "Oh my God, you write so much and write so fast, and what the fuck is wrong with you?" Basically, and I don't know how it happens, but I just have this thing when I just look at the page or the computer or whatever, and I just start writing because I have learned that you don't have to make a masterpiece out of everything, basically, and you don't have to fix. I mean, you don't have to think everything is going to be good at the moment you write it. I think you have to do something first and then you perfect it. That's how writing actually works, and that's how many artistic things work actually. I mean, painting, sculpting, doing movies, everything works that way. You have to do it once. Maybe you won't do a great job, but you have to start somewhere. And that's my first advice for people in general. Just write. Write whatever comes to mind, whatever. I mean, if it's something from your life, if it's something you invented in your head a long time ago or just recently, something based of actual events, maybe you want to document something, I mean, like report on something that's happening, like a journalist maybe, just do that. Just do that and start writing on one page, let's say one page in, I don't know, an hour, for example, if you want to set yourself in time constraints, let's say, or write every day at, I don't know, before bed, and just write for half an hour and then leave it and do it every single night, something like that. I think structure is my second advice. Actually, it's really good for writing. It's really really good, and that's what I did back when I had my thing. I really structured myself. I started writing every single afternoon for an hour. I just sat there and said, okay, I have an hour. Let's see what I write in an hour. And I would post that. Maybe some people are like, what did you post that maybe wasn't good? I don't care if it was good or not. And then, as I said before, that's not the point. The point is that you get things out of yourself and you put them there on the page in order for you to see them and see if they are any good. Because I later did last year. I finished creative writing master's degree, and the thing that I learned there is that you have to do that. You have to track everything from yourself, put it in the page, and just look at it and say, okay, that works, that doesn't work, that works, and work that out. Just put it in order, if you will, and just create something out of it. Maybe the final product is not the first thing you thought. I mean, that's something that always happens in all artistic things. Maybe the final product, you're like, oh, it lacks that thing that I was thinking about, but you can always add it, or you can always discover that what you really wanted was something else hidden behind what you thought you wanted. I mean, that's really the great thing about writing, for example, is that you discover things that you didn't know were inside you, that you were thinking, that you knew about, sorry, and that's the great thing about writing. After that, I started uploading these blogs daily. I did it daily until I got accepted into the master's degree of creative writing, and then I realized I wouldn't really have the time, so I started writing at night and posting it on the morning, and then I wrote. I keep changing. I mean, sometimes my best times actually now for writing are like really early in the morning, right after I wake up, basically. And that's an exercise I did for a long time. I just woke up and wrote. I wrote 3 pages, and whatever came out was great. And that's because I was really inspired sometimes by my dreams. So that was really useful for me. I mean, not that I did fantastical and crazy things, wrote crazy things every time, but it really worked, and it really helped me like see other things and not write the same thing over and over again. But now I actually write at night, because I realize that in the morning some things don't work that great, and I have to post it everywhere, so it takes a long time and it's really exhausting in the morning. So I write now at night. I write at 10 p.m. and from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., 1 hour, I just write my 3 pages, and 3 pages is like my limit. I think that's a good limit, and I write it in a special kind of letter in Word, Microsoft Word, and everything, and I post that. And when I'm that awake at night, I realize my mistakes, and I just have a little more like way to correct things, I think, because in the morning I can, I'm half asleep, so I don't really know if I'm making mistakes or I'm repeating myself too much. And then, but at night it's kind of different, because I see my mistakes and I correct it at the moment. And that's one thing that I think. People should do, like it's correct themselves at the moment when they're writing. If you know that that's not wrong, like correct it right away, because later on you will forget it. If you're like me, you will forget it for sure. So I think that structure thing, and the fact that you force yourself to write whatever it is, don't expect it to be good, don't expect it to be great, don't expect it to be whatever you want it to be. Just, it's writing, it's words on a page on a computer. Just do it, just do that. And then if you want to improve yourself, get that. I mean, let it rest for like a day, maybe. If it's like 3 pages, let it rest for a day. Then come back and just check it out. Just read it again, read it out loud if that helps you, and just see if that works, if that makes sense in the world. Because sometimes I read things now that I did like a long time ago. I wrote like 2 years ago when I began my blog. and I realized, oh my god, that sucks. That really doesn't make any sense. And it's really clear that I was writing in the morning. I mean, they don't really make sense. Some things never arrive anywhere. I mean, you don't have to do the structure thing of, I mean, writing structure thing when you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You may not even have an end, and you don't even have to have a beginning, to be honest. I mean, the story may have begun already and it doesn't have an ending because you let people think about the ending, or maybe you will write the ending in another short story, or you don't want to do a short story, you want to do a full book, a full novel, and that takes a longer time, of course, or you want to write poetry. I mean, it really depends. I mean, you don't really have to think there's a right way to do things. I mean, there's many kinds of ways to do the same thing, which is writing, and whichever suits you better, that's the way to go. It's simple as that, basically. If you want to write, if you don't like to write on the computer, just write on a notepad. That's a great thing, and practice like handwriting. That's really good. I haven't done it in a while. My handwriting sucks. And always inspire yourself from your life, because you are unique. You are the only you, so you are the only person who sees things that way. And that's why I think writers have to give back to the world, not the same old stories, a girl got murdered, or whatever. There are 1,000 books about the same thing. What people want to know about is your opinion and your view on certain things. And that's why you should write about, I mean, from your point of view, and not really taking others. Maybe inspiring yourself from others, that's good, but not like stealing away everything, or just putting yourself on their shoes. That doesn't really work unless you're really experienced and you know how to, put everything. I mean, that requires a little bit more of practice and experience, basically. So yeah, just structure yourself, write a lot, just write it. If you don't want time constraints, it's fine. 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever is fine. Do it in a moment you are aware of things. Don't do it just because you're doing it. Do it in a way that you concentrate on that and you isolate everything else. If you want to hear music when you're writing, that's fine. I used to do that, but now it's kind of annoying. I prefer silence in order to hear myself think, basically. Yeah, just do your thing, basically. I know this video is a little bit all over the place, but I just wanted to talk about a little bit about writing and what it means to me and how I just do it, basically. And just I advise everyone, even if you're not interested in writing, being writers or anything, just do it. Just write a little bit or do something artistic, and that really helps a lot in life because it relaxes you. It's a personal thing, it's kind of private thing, and you always need that, I think, in your life. So it's really good. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video, comment down below if you write, or what are your advices, or what you think about this video. Share the video in your social media, and of course subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.